Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
Zach Greinke burst onto the scene in 2009, winning the American League Cy Young Award, going 16-8 and leading the majors with a 2.16 ERA. The Halos know how tough he is to hit against, but today that's the Rays' problem as Zach Greinke makes his Angels debut. Day for baseball here at the Big A. The sun is out, warm temperatures in the mid-80s. The Halos trying to finish off this homestand on a winning note. Today's the rubber game of the series against the visiting Tampa Bay Rays. Hi, everybody, from inside the Big A. We welcome you back to Angels Baseball on Fox Sports West. Victor Rojas along with my partner, Mark Gubiza. And as we just pointed out, Zach Greinke, by the way, is making his Angels debut this afternoon. Obviously, we know what he is capable of doing at the big league level, both in the American League and the National League. Today, we get to see it in Angels red.
Yeah, Victor, he's got great stuff. We saw him in an epic battle against Joe Saunders just a few years ago when he was a member of the Kansas City Royals. He's got outstanding stuff. A fastball ranges 90 to 96 miles an hour. He throws a lot of strikes, great secondary pitches, fields his position extremely well, works quickly on the mound, gives his team a chance to win each and every ball game, and he's been unbelievable at home. A 19-game home winning streak for Zach Greinke. So look for him to go out today, take that deep breath as he gets out to the mound and attack this Rays lineup with his fastball. If he's able to do that, get ahead of the count, he's unhittable with his slider and curveball and changeup combination. So fastball important for him. Secondary pitches finish off the hitters.
As you just saw in the video, it's Chris Iannetta making his first start coming off the disabled list. He'll be catching Zach Greinke, and the Angels offense will be facing a tough right-hander by the name of Jeremy Hellickson. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A, so sit back and relax. We'll have the lineups and the first pitch when we return. Angels Baseball is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Get the All-American Jack Combo for only $4.99 plus tax at participating stores. By the Hyundai Fuel Efficiency Drive Sales Event. And by 76 Gas. We're on the driver's side. Angels are ready to take on the Tampa Bay Rays in the finale of this 3-game set. And we'll quickly take a look at manager Joe Maddon's starting 9. The Rays 8.5 games back, tied for second in the American League East with a 52-49 record. Desmond Jennings will lead things off for Joe Maddon. Plays center field. Sam Fold back in the lineup. He is in left. Ben Zobrist, who homered last night, is at second base. Matt Joyce, a cleanup hitter, in right. Jeff Keppinger will serve as a DH as he did Friday night. Carlos Pena back at first base. Ryan Roberts at third. Jose Lobaton is behind the plate. And Elliot Johnson is batting ninth and playing shortstop. Taking on Zach Greinke and making his first American League start this year. First for the Angels.
Yeah, we talked a lot about him of late. Look back at that 2009 season when he won the Cy Young, 16-8, 242 strikeouts and 229 in the third innings pitch. That tells you how good he was then, and it continues to be one of the best pitchers in the game right now.
Who would you compare him to as far as veteran pitchers? For some reason, I know the guys on the Rocks have thrown out a bunch of different names. Roy Halladay comes to mind as far as the intensity that he has on the mound.
Yeah, we've talked about that a lot. He's one of those pitchers that, you know, not only tries to get a hitter out, but he doesn't want a hitter to look comfortable at all. Doesn't want him to square up the baseball. Competitive as can be as far as trying to get you out at the plate. So I look forward to seeing him attacking the strike zone and going after these Rays hitters.
Desmond Jennings steps to the plate after going 1 for 4 last night. Had a double on the very first pitch of the ball game from C.J. Wilson. Eventually scored the first run of the game. Hitting .240 on the year with 7 home runs and 29 runs batted in. Very good speed. And Greinke's first pitch as an Angel is looped out towards shallow left field. Vernon Wells will play that one on a hop. And Jennings is on board with a leadoff single. Halos defensively behind Zach Greinke. It's Wells getting the start in left field. Mike Trout originally was in the starting lineup in center, scratched due to a contusion on his right knee. So Vernon's in left, Peter Bortz in center, Mark Trumbo in right. The infield has Alberto Callasco, Meister Sturris, Howie Kendrick, and Albert Pujols, with Chris Iannetta behind the dish.
Chris Iannetta getting that start. It's been a while since we've seen Chris behind the plate. Caught that no-hitter from Jared Weaver back on May 2nd. He's throwing out 18% of would-be base stealers. Very good as far as framing pitches also.
0-1 count. Sam Fold, 6 for 12 since coming off the disabled list due to wrist surgery back in early April. Callasco playing in at third base. Jennings with very good speed. Fold the same as that pitch is outside. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike.
And Jennings is definitely a test for Greinke and Iannetta here. 18 stolen base in 19 attempts. Greinke has 2 pickoffs this year. He's allowed 5 stolen bases in 10 attempts. So very quick to the plate. His times are very good. Above average, around 115 to 125 range to the plate.
Swing and a miss. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Greinke's last start was on July 24th as a member of the Brewers. Dominating. That's the way it was described as. 5 strikeouts, 1 run, 3 hits, and 7 innings of work. 7th game this season, which he's gone 7 or more innings and 1 earned run or less. 1-2. Called strike 3, down goes Fold. There's out number 1.
And that's what you see out of Zach Greinke, the ability to be able to spot all his pitches wherever he wants in the strike zone. Doesn't walk many batters, works quickly. Jennings having a tough time getting a read against Greinke here also. Very good base stealer, but you can see the little things that Greinke brings to the mound. Not only excellent stuff as far as throwing the baseball, but fielding his position well.
Greinke is one of those guys that came up as a shortstop at high school in Florida. Likes to move around, will cover the baselines on both sides very well. As Ben Zobrist, the switch hitting second baseman, steps in. Zobrist with a home run yesterday, 1 for 2. And a couple of runs batted in. First one is a slow breaking pitch, missing outside, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. The Rays getting solo runs in the first, second, and third innings against C.J. Wilson. 2 of those earned against Wilson. Ended up taking the loss. It was now 9-7 on the year. The 1-0. Just missing outside. 2 balls and no strikes.
Hey, Vic, you mentioned how well Greinke gets off the mound. It allows your quarter infielders to play a little bit back instead of coming in on the corners so much further to be able to take away a potential bunt, because he feels both sides of that mound so well that allows them to be back, and it's going to be an easier play for them at each position.
2-1. Last American League start for Greinke was on June 22nd. Complete game shutout against the Chicago White Sox. 4 strikeouts in that one. 3 hits allowed. Halos will be taking on the White Sox next weekend, and Greinke would get to start on that Friday night. Zobrist fouls it back, and it's 2-2. Desmond Jennings with a base hit on the very first pitch of the game. Fold with a strikeout, and Zobrist now with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Halos did not lose ground yesterday with their loss. Still 4 back in the West. This one's fouled back to the left. But Oakland winning and Texas losing. The Oakland Athletics are 3.5 games back in the West. But Oakland currently losing 5-1 against the Orioles at Camden Yards. That game's in the top of the 6th inning. And Texas will take on the White Sox later on tonight. Out toward left center field. Peter Borges is drifting over. Vernon Wells has the call, though, and the catch. 2 down. The ball sliced back toward Wells. And Jennings remains at first base. And with 2 outs, Matt Joyce stepping to the plate.
You can tell how well Greinke does as far as slowing down a running game. Jennings has not even attempted to think about trying to steal a base against him, especially with a leadoff base hit. This Rays team very aggressive as far as stealing bases. 87 stolen bases as a team. Got to believe at some point here, he may take a chance here at first pitch. See if you get in scoring position.
First one to Joyce is fouled back, and it's 0-1. Joyce 0 for 4 last night, hitting .270 on the year. 11 home runs and 35 runs batted in. Career high 19 home runs last year with 75 RBIs. Guy acquired from the Tigers in exchange for Edwin Jackson in 2008. 12th round pick of the Tigers in 05. 0-1. Greinke pitch rolled foul. If you imagine you're a guy like Matt Joyce who comes up in a Tiger system, you get a chance. Somewhat highly touted. They liked him coming up. And all of a sudden you want to make an impact for the team that drafted you. All of a sudden you get traded to your hometown team. You're like, oh, okay, I get an opportunity to play every day in the Tampa area where I grew up.
He had a great start last year too. 19 home runs for him.
0-2, check swing. Did he go? He did not. The ball gets away from Iannetta, and advancing is Jennings on the wild pitch.
5th wild pitch thrown by Greinke this year. Pretty tough pitch to be able to block if you're Iannetta. A hard slider in the dirt. Turned his glove the other way. You have to try to keep your glove flat. Try to keep that baseball in front if possible, but with that spin in the dirt, very difficult for a catcher to keep that in front of him.
Lifted in the air down the line, slicing toward the seats. And that is a foul ball. Halos with no Torrey Hunter getting the day off. No Mike Trout with the contusion to his knee, which he suffered chasing that home run by Zobrist last night. But Joyce checked his swing on the breaking pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 16 pitches thrown by Zach Greinke. 11 strikes, 5 balls.
Good time to throw his fastball right on the outside corner. Couple breaking pitches in the dirt against Joyce. Fouled off a slow curveball early in the count.
Two, got him looking down goes Joyce. The inning comes to an end. We head to the bottom of the first as Sturs, Kendrick, and Pujols against Jeremy Hellickson with no score. Start off his Angels career. We'll take a look at the lineup that will try to support him this afternoon. Meister Stures jumps up to the leadoff spot with Trout being scratched from the lineup. It's Howie Kendrick batting second with Torrey with the day off. Albert Pujols at first. Mark Trumbo's in right field. Kendrys Morales at DH. Alberto Callasco at third. Vernon Wells will bat seventh to play left field. It's Chris Iannetta doing the catching. And it is Peter Borges batting ninth and playing center field. They take on the 25-year-old native of Iowa by the name of Jeremy Hellickson.
And Hellickson's got a good command of his fastball, 88 to 93 range. A lot of two-seam fastballs. Also will throw a curveball, a cut fastball, and a very good changeup, similar to what we saw from Alex Cobb, a guy that will throw close to 30% of his pitches will be changeups and all-speed pitches. Very difficult to try to stay back against him.
Hellickson, the only Iowa-born player in Rays history. Bet you didn't know that.
I did not know that.
He'll face Meister Stures to lead things off here. Stures went 0 for 4 last night. Getting a lot of playing time at shortstop with Eric Ibar on the disabled list as Meister looks at his strike. Hitting .228 with a home run and 14 runs batted in. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. You mentioned Hellickson, very similar to that of Alex Cobb, whom the Angels faced on Friday. And Cobb had pretty good stuff going. The Angels strung together 4 2-out hits to score 3 runs. Eventually take game 1 of this series as Stures lofts one out towards center. Not hit very deep. Jennings comes charging in, 1 out. Let's take a look at the Rays defensively. It's Fold, Jennings, and Joyce in the outfield from left to right. No B.J. Upton this afternoon. Roberts, Johnson, Zobrist, and Pena from third to first, and Lobatone behind the plate.
Carlos Pena at first base, one of the best fielding first bases you're going to see in the American League. A .995 fielding percentage, won a Gold Glove in 2008. Makes that entire defense in the infield that much better.
Howie Kendrick looks at a fastball inside. Kendrick 1 for 4 last night. His average of .274. 5 home runs and 35 runs batted in. The Angels out hit the Rays yesterday, 5-4, but just could not get that clutch hit when necessary. As Howie waves at the off-speed pitch, and the bat helicopters into the seats. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Let's take a look at our Hyundai key to the game for today.
Little Sunday afternoon baseball here at Family Fun Day at the Big A. So we're going to go to little doodle bops for you, Victor. Get on the bus. Make sure you have that big game, win another series before this team embarks on a very tough road trip. 4 in Texas, 3 in Chicago, and then 3 in Oakland.
Doodle bops.
Yes.
Seriously. The doodle bops.
Yes.
Of course you would.
Yes. It's a Family Fun Day here at the ballpark.
1-1 pitch, and Howie tries to bunt his way on, misses the ball. It's 1-2. Speaking of Family Fun Day, it looks like there's still some discussion going on as far as the bat that flew into the stands.
Maybe it's not so much fun
Not
now.
so much fun over there right now. Now we've settled it. They've decided to saw the bat. So everyone is happy.
Yes.
The 1-2. Rolled foul. We've really covered seriously the infant to 4-year-old demographic with the doodle bop reference today.
It's perfect, though. It's a tough road trip coming up, and you want to go on that road trip on a winning note.
Sure. Hopefully the doodle bops will send you some swag. Here's the 1-2. Inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Meister's hitting a fly ball to center field to start off this game. At least the Angels part of the game at the bottom of the first. Little nubber back to the mound. Hellickson's got it. Drops. Oh, much like Cobb and Moore, obviously 1 righty, 1 lefty. Hellickson, as you pointed out, a very good changeup. The hits last night for the Angels all coming on changeups against Matt Moore, who's got a good fastball, but it was more of a fastball for effect to show. The exception perhaps on the Pujols strikeout, where he just came right after him with fastballs, but everything else, it was a lot of off-speed stuff.
That's the big thing when you look at this Rays staff. They know how to pitch. They change speeds exceptionally well, throw a lot of strikes, do the little things that give them opportunity to win games, even though their offense certainly hasn't been there. And it's not a high-powered offense the Rays have because of budget constraints, but their pitching staff and how they pitch keeps them in every game.
One-0 pitch, and it's a curveball that misses outside. Hellickson, like many in April against the Angels, pitched well against the Halos on April 25th at Tropicana Field. This one's fouled straight back. 2 balls and a strike. In that start, he went 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, 1 run, struck out 5 and walked 2. And Hellickson is a guy that, he's not going to walk the world, but he can get himself into some trouble as far as nibbling with some of his pitches.
And he does elevate some pitches. He's given up 18 home runs in 106 innings pitched, which is a high total.
3-1. Trumbo on deck. I say that to go back to a couple starts ago for Hellickson, back-to-back starts in which he had 4 walks. He had 1 7-walk game, and that was against the Marlins on June the 8th. This one's pulled up the line. Roberts has it to the backhand. Long throw, and it almost pulls Pena off the bag. He's able to keep the toe on the bag, and the Angels go down quietly here in the bottom of the first and in order. 1 complete, no score here at the Big A.
Got a couple of strikeouts after giving up the leadoff single of the first pitch of the game to Desmond Jennings. He'll face Keppinger, Pena, and Roberts here in the second. The slow breaking ball is in for a strike. Keppinger was the DH Friday night, the first baseman last night. Back to the DH spot this afternoon. 0 for 4, although he's still hitting .322 on the year as that fastball is inside. Stevens counted 1-1. 4 home runs and 20 runs batted in for Keppinger. 8 doubles, 1 triple. This is a Rays team that is 3 games over 500 and most of the season without their star third baseman Evan Longoria. Partial tear in his hamstring, and he continues the rehab process. That is one big bat in the middle of the order for a team that has really struggled to put runs on the board. But that pitching staff has been lights out. Both the starting rotation and their bullpen's been very good. We've seen both in this series already.
Yeah, it's been a big surprise. Their bullpen, really. Coming into the season, that you thought maybe that would be a weakness. They've been outstanding.
2-2 pitch. This one's grounded towards short as Stewart dives, hit off the glove, and it ricochets out into shallow center field. So Keppinger's on board with a leadoff single.
Well, he continues to get the hits against Angel pitching. And an unusual stance for him, an open stance, then closes it, just trying to make contact. Doesn't possess a ton of power, although he has hit a home run in the series, just trying to put the ball in play.
There's Carlos Pena. Off night last night with C.J. Wilson on the mound. Swings and misses on the off-speed pitch. Pena went 0 for 3 Friday night. A 193 average with 14 home runs and 41 runs batted in.
He's faced Greinke a number of times. 6 for 36 in his career against Greinke. So 167 batting average.
Pena back in the Rays organization after one season with the Cubs as he swings through the breaking pitch. And snowballs to 2 strikes.
One thing you'll see out of Greinke, a lot more curveballs to left-handed batters, more sliders to right-handed batters. He will throw changeups to both lefties and righties, and of course his 2-seam fastball, 4-seam fastball do the same.
Oh, 2 outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pena had his breakout year with the Rays in 2007. 282. 46 home runs, 121 runs batted in. He struck out 142 times, but he walked 103, had an on-base percentage of .411. Guy was originally in the Rangers system. Outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. First round pick by Texas in '98. Traded to the Athletics. Then the Tigers. One season with Boston. Now his 5th season with the Rays after, like I said, one with the Chicago Cubs last year. Just an all-time great guy. Very good defensive first baseman, but offensively with some holes as he lays off that pitch, and it's a full count. So Greinke's gone from 0-2 to 3-2 with Keppinger over at first and nobody out here in the second.
Trying to get him to swing at a changeup. It's a good running action, but off the plate. Opportunity to potentially have a strike him out, throw him out here.
This one pulled into the overshift. Howie is there, feeds it to Asturias. A relay to first is in time. A double play. And not an easy play for Meister Asturias. And it's because of the overshift. He is on the second base side of the bag. So not only does he have to break to his right, he's got to turn to his left.
And the one thing, it may have helped Meister out because he's played some second base. A lot of times that's an even more difficult play for a shortstop because it's a different turn. So you have to find the base and push off and then make the throw all in one motion.
As a shortstop, you've got the momentum bringing you toward the bag and across the bag to complete a double play. So nice turn by Astur. Started by Howers. This one's fouled off to the right. Ryan Roberts in the hole at 0-1. Roberts 1 for 12 as a member of the Rays. Picked up on Tuesday from the Diamondbacks. 250 for the D-backs. 6 home runs and 34 runs batted in. Two balls and one strike. If you're just joining us, Zach Greinke making his Angels debut. Mike Trout scratched from the starting lineup. Little contusion to his right knee. This one's pulled foul. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. No x-rays needed, but just giving him a day off. Kind of makes sense considering the day off on Thursday. First day off since the All-Star break. And you know, if you're a little banged up going into a long road trip, especially beginning with a 4-game set tomorrow in Texas, get him off his feet for a day.
Even though he's young, dealing with that heat down in Texas, those 4 games, the temperature's going to be well over 100 all 4 nights.
And that's why Wells is in left field. Borges was in the starting lineup to begin with. 3-2, and he walked him. So first walk issued by Greinke, and that'll bring Lobaton up, the catcher, with 2 outs.
Something you don't see too often from Greinke, a walk. With Milwaukee this year in 123 innings pitched, 122 strikeouts, is 28 walks. Always at the top as far as Major League Baseball, as far as walks to strikeout ratio. Look at our Mazda leaders. Mentioned that fact is walks to strikeout ratio. Roy Halladay at the top, nearly 6. Cliff Lee, Dan Herron in there, and of course Zach Greinke right behind him. Since 2008, Weaver's right there also as far as strikeouts and no walks.
Good off-speed pitch, cued foul by Lobaton. And snowballs to 2 strikes. Switch hitting catcher. 1-0 for 3 Friday. Jose Molina had to start behind the plate last night. Lobaton hitting .231 with a home run and 12 runs batted in. That home run, his first career big league home run, occurred Wednesday against the Orioles at Camden Yards. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Lobaton. And that will end the inning. 3rd strikeout for Greinke. We hit to the bottom of the 2nd. Trumbo, Morales, and Castro coming up. The rubber game of this series, no score. Zach Greinke with 3 strikeouts and 1 walk in his Angels debut. Jeremy Hellickson had himself a 1-2-3 first inning. He'll face Mark Trumbo, Kendrys Morales, and Alberto Callaspo. And the Angels have the second.
Trumbo 2 for 3 in his career against Hellickson.
Trumbo 1 for 4 last night. The average of 306, 27 home runs, 69 runs batted in. First one is cut on and missed.
We'd like to see Mark get back to that approach of trying to drive the ball hard to right center field. And with day game here today, he's got a good chance to get in and out of that part of the ballpark. Seems to be trying to turn on pitches a little bit too much of late.
Takes a breaking ball for a strike. And it is 0-2. Last home run for Trumbo is the Friday game against the Texas Rangers.
Still getting his hits, still getting his RBI. The pitchers are making that adjustment, trying to pitch him away to show him a fastball off the plate. With fastballs and breaky pitches away.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Hellickson, a 4th round pick by the Rays in 2005. The off speed pitch just missed inside. Hellickson wanted that one. It is 2-2.
For a young pitcher, has a lot of confidence in his changeup, and he throws a lot of changeups to right-handed batters. And rule of thumb is generally you throw your changeup if you're a right-handed pitcher to left-handed batters, but he's very confident throwing that pitch against even righties with power.
2-2. This one's skied to shallow left. Johnson going out. Fold coming in. It's Elliott Johnson, the shortstop, making the catch. 1 away. Up steps Kendrys Morales. That's Hellickson, just 25 years of age. Just turned 25 in April. His big league debut with the Rays back in 2010, pitching 10 games, 4 starts, had a 4-0 record. And last year, as a rookie, picking up the Rookie of the Year honors in the American League, going 13-10 with a 2.95 earned run average, 29 games, all 29 starts. As Kendrys shoots one back toward the middle, but with the overshift, Roberts, the third baseman, is there to make the play. That's a 5-3 put out, 2 outs.
You know, we've seen that in this series where Roberts goes from third into that shift over at second base, and Johnson, the shortstop, stays in that spot. We saw that with Toronto. But Brett Laurie will play in that shallow right field area as far as the shift on against Kendrys Morales. So 2 teams with that similar philosophy as far as keeping their shortstop in the shortstop position.
So 5 up and 5 down for the Angels against Hellickson. 2 outs, nobody on for Alberto Callaspo. So 2. Caswell had an 0 for 3 night last night. 251 on the season. Played a very good third base, especially of late, making some spectacular plays at third.
Real strong throwing arm.
1-2. Angels still looking for their first base runner. The Rays have had a couple against Greinke, a couple of hits and a walk. A double play ball and 3 strikeouts for Greinke. Here's the 1-2. Inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Cass was hit much better at home. 283 batting average at home as compared to 221 on the road.
swing and a miss chasing that one. The off-speed pitch, down and in, that is strikeout number 1 for Alex Siz. 2 complete here at the Big A, still no score. Ready to go, and he'll be facing 9-1-2 for the Tampa Bay Rays. Elliott Johnson, Desmond Jennings, and then Sam Fuld. First one's down low to Johnson, getting to start at shortstop this afternoon. Switch hitter, 253, 4 home runs, and 27 runs batted in. That'll leave it the count.
And one thing Greinke has added into his repertoire has been his cut fastball. It's a cut fastball catching the outside corner. Will throw a 2-seam fastball and a 4-seam fastball.
One ball, 2 strikes. Greinke sporting his familiar number 23 from his Kansas City days, with 13 in Milwaukee. 23 was the number that Mike Butcher had been wearing as the pitching coach. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Butch giving up number 23. And now wearing number 31. Butch to win just doesn't have the same sound as Finn to win.
Finn to win?
Yeah.
They were good friends, though, so he probably talked to Finn and said, I'm going to take the number here. Because now you're a perfect guy for it.
Strikes out, swinging, chasing the breaking ball. Iannetta completes a strikeout. 1 away. Hey, now is the perfect time to reserve a suite rental for the summer. Suites offer 12 to 36 guests the opportunity to enjoy the game in a private and luxurious atmosphere. To reserve your suite today, call 888-796-HALO or log on at angels.com/suites. Gooby might even pay a visit to that suite.
Quite possibly.
That's one of the perks, right? This one's bounced just wide of the bag at third. And it's 0-1.
I think we've seen that at Jennings. He's not afraid to attack that first pitch. Greinke's been around the strike zone, faced 10 batters, 8 first pitch strikes.
Missed down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jennings with a base hit to left field, leading off the game. 1 for 1.
One thing you'll see from hitters is trying to get that first pitch against Greinke. Most times it'll be a fastball. You don't want to fall behind against him.
living downstairs in the strike zone, just missing. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Popped up left side. Callaspo and Asturias both with their glasses gleaming. Asturias makes the catch. 2 outs.
Well, that fastball had some good life on it to be able to get a pop-up, and that was not an easy play. That baseball almost tried to make its way out of the glove of Meister as he tried to shield the sun. Difficult play. Both Callaspo and Asturias trying to be able to see the baseball. 2 hands there to make sure it stayed in the glove.
0-1 count on Sam Fuld, who struck out looking into first. Bouncer to the right side. Greinke will pick it up, take it himself. Told you he likes to cover both sides. Former shortstop with a pretty good arm.
Yeah, pretty solid.
Bottom of the 3rd with no score. Of the Los Angeles Angels that may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. Scoreless here in the bottom of the 3rd. Angels will have the bottom 3rd of their order up. Wells, Iannetta, and Borges still looking for that first base runner. Hellickson has faced 6. He's retired all 6, including 1 strikeout. Vernon made his debut off the disabled list last night. Went 0 for 4. Looks at a fastball for a strike. Vernon at 237 on a year, 6 home runs. 12 runs batted in. On action last night for the first time since May 20th, when the thumb injury landed him on the disabled list. They have surgery on it. 1 ball, 1 strike.
2 for 5 in his career versus Hellickson with a home run.
Almost an overshift.
Similar to what you see out of when Albert Pujols comes to the plate.
Yeah. Zobrist, the second baseman, almost behind the bag as Vernon looks at a strike, and it's 1-2. This one yanked foul. The count remains at a ball and 2 strikes.
And that's the changeup from Hellickson. He's not afraid to throw it against right-handed batters, even with power.
Two.
And you would think with the alignment of the defense, they're going to throw fastballs in or changeups in.
Breaking pitch up the line. Roberts with a diving stop to the backhand. Strong throw to first. 1 out. Nice play by Roberts. 1 away.
Off speed. With the defense situated the way they were, Roberts in position to make a nice play at third base. The backhand. A strong throwing arm. Got himself in real good throwing position right away. And throws out Vernon Wells at first base.
Chris Iannetta swinging first pitch, fouls it off to the right. Chris was activated before the game yesterday, seeing action for the first time since going on the disabled list. A long road back. First game since May the 8th with that wrist injury and surgery. Setbacks with the forearm. 1 ball, 1 strike, hitting .197, 3 home runs and 9 runs batted in.
It's amazing he caught that majority of that game where Jerry Weaver threw his no-hitter with the wrist injury. That's what he hurt it in that game.
Lays off the off-speed pitch. 2 balls and 1 strike.
And when he's swinging well, he hits the ball very hard to right center field. With good power to the gap in right center.
This one out toward left center field, hit pretty well, but playable for Jennings. The center fielder tracks it down just shy of the track. 2 outs. Just got that one off the end of the bat. Hey, slide into the driver's seat of a brand new Chevy or win tickets to an upcoming Angels game for you and 3 friends. Official rules and your chance to win. Visit angels.com/Chevy. So 8 up and 8 down. Here's Peter Borges. Batting in the 9th spot, getting to start in center field. A .230 average, 3 home runs and 19 runs batted in for Peter. His last game was on Wednesday against Kansas City. He went 2 for 4 in that one. A couple of singles and a run scored.
Borges got a couple fastballs, 1 inside, 1 outside.
Allows Roberts to move back at third base. Going back outside, and it's way out there. 1-2.
Or just with that speed, trying to get on base. Work to count now even 4 fastballs in a row. So you might see a changeup from Hellickson.
No score here in the bottom of the 3rd. Lays off the breaking pitch. A full count.
It's the first full count so far in the game for Hellickson. Very effective as far as throwing strikes, minimize the amount of pitches thrown.
Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him on the off-speed pitch. Hellickson perfect through 3. No score here at the Big A. Afternoon, Zach Greinke in his Angels debut through 3 has 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 2 hits allowed. Hellickson, on the other hand, has faced 9 and retired all 9. Ben Zobrist takes ball 1. Pretty good pitch. It's 1-0 on the Rays second baseman. Hit a fly ball to left field in the first inning, so he's 0 for 1. So curveball missing downstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. You saw that. That graphic there, having played all 7 positions minus pitcher and catcher. Would be surprised someday to see Joe Maddon get Zobrist the opportunity to do one or the other, if not both.
He'll get him in there somehow, some way. It's one thing that's almost required to be on this Rays team is be able to play a number of positions for Joe Maddon.
.30 pitch, 3-1. Took a little bit off. We'll get it over fastball. Joyce is on deck. 3-1 out towards center. Borges almost down his track now, moving to his right. Makes the grab, 1 out. There's Matt Joyce, the right fielder, comes to the plate. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. We will check in on our AT&T trivia question for this afternoon. Last year, Mark Trumbo became the 6th runner-up. American League Rookie of the Year in Angels history. How many can you name? Joyce looks at the strike.
It's a pretty tough one.
Way outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Joyce went down looking in the first inning. That was on the corner, 1-2.
Well, it's pretty tough when you're a hitter and you got to face a guy that can throw his cut fastball on the outside corner, but also can throw his slider for a strike on the outside corner like he did there. I remember a few years ago when Greinke was a member of the Royals and mentioned it in the opening when he got locked up against Joe Saunders and when the Angels won 1-0. Greinke was locked in on that game. Joe Saunders is a little bit better that night.
Not getting the call from Greg Gibson there. That was a pretty good pitch. Chris Iannetta saying something.
And he's asking where exactly that was. It's where the baseball crosses the plate, and it got a lot of the plate.
3-2. Fouled back. Another payoff pitch. Cute foul. Jeff Keppinger is on deck. A couple of finals. One final in the American League. One final in the National League. Tigers finally snapped that losing skid. Defeated the Toronto Blue Jays 4-1. Looking to pick up ground on the White Sox. Joyce went around on that pitch. Down he goes. Out number 2. Greinke essentially to throw 3 more pitches. It appeared to be a strikeout on that changeup.
Well, good movement on that pitch also. So good as far as staying down in the strikes on that hard breaking pitch.
Keppinger hits one out toward left. Vernon Wells is back there. Zach Greinke has himself a 1-2-3-4. Into the bottom of the 4th with no score. Angels baseball is brought to you by AT&T Ubers. Visit AT&T.com/freeyourtv. Rethink possible. By CarMax. Start the search for your next car at CarMax. CarMax, start here. And by Orange Coast Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Selection, price, convenience. Scoreless here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Angels looking for their first base runner against Jeremy Hellickson. A great pitcher's battle thus far this afternoon. Hellickson has faced 9. He's retired all 9, including a couple of strikeouts. And it'll be Asteris, Kendrick, and Pujols 1, 2, and 3 here in the 4th for the Angels.
It's been 17 innings since the Angels have scored a run. This Rays pitching staff's done a nice job the last 17 innings against the Angel hitters.
Asteris takes down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Meiser, an off-speed pitch out to shallow center field in his first at-bat, so he's 0 for 1. Delayed call, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Two and 1.
Well, you have to get in that call on the changeup just on the corner, try to go fastball in the same plane. Not a bad idea if you're Hellickson.
Roberts playing in a couple of steps at third base, and Meiser looks to strike two. Hellickson, as far as his pitches thrown thus far, 45 coming into this inning through 14 of the first, 11 of the second, 16 in the third. 2-2 ripped to right field. The Angels have their first base runner of the ball game, a single by Meiser. Leadoff man is on for Howie Kendrick. Let's go back to our AT&T trivia question. Mentioned Mark Trumbo finishing up as the runner-up in the American League Rookie of the Year last year to Jeremy Hellickson. The sixth time that has happened in Angels history. We name the other guys. There they are.
Wally Joyner, was that the year where Mark McGuire, or was that Canseco?
Canseco. McGuire 87, right? Walt Weiss 88.
Pretty good run Oakland had as far as that Rookie of the Year.
Howie lays off the breaking pitch, and it's a strike. Kendrick hit a little tapper back to the mound in the first inning, so he's 0 for 1.
Meiser was 13 stolen bases in 14 attempts. Joe Madden knows Mike Scioscia very well as far as these are the type of at-bats where you might see a hit and run put on from the Angels. You might see a pickoff throw just to see if there's any indication on what might be put on. Hellickson, like Greinke, does a nice job as far as being quick to the plate, slows down the running game, has allowed 3 stolen bases in 6 attempts. He has 1 pickoff. So both these pitchers do a good job as far as fielding their position.
Drops a bunt on the third base side. Lobotone picks it up. Low throw. Pena can dig it out. The sacrifice works as Asturis advances to second base. 1 out.
That was not an easy pick, too, by Pena at first base. Lobotone jumped out in front of the plate. Didn't get a real good grip on the baseball, but the low throw, and Pena picked him up. And that baseball looked like it was destined to go down the right field line, and Lobotone is happy that Pena, the Gold Glover, is at first base, be able to pick that throw.
So man in scoring position for Albert Pujols, who grounded out in the first. Ryan Roberts, the third baseman, and deep at third base. Zobrist will be charged with trying to keep Asturis close to the bag at second. Just the second base runner in the game to reach second base. Desmond Jennings did it in the first after a wild pitch by Zach Greinke, and now Asturis on a sacrifice spot. 1 ball, no strikes. Halos last night, as we pointed out, against Matt Moore, had opportunities to score some runs. They were 0 for 8 with men in scoring position, just 2 for 13 in the series, yet took game 1 on the final 3-1 before getting shut out for the 10th time this season last night. On the homestand, very good, a 276 average. Comparatively speaking, as Pujols takes that one inside, it's 2-0. The Halos as a team this year, 253 average with men in scoring position. That game in Baltimore is in the 9th inning. The Orioles leading the Oakland Athletics 6-1. 2-0 pitch, off speed, down low. There's 3 balls and no strikes with first base open. And, maybe wanted to face Trumbo instead.
No question Pujols is going to get the green light here. If he gets a fastball, the focus, Trumbo, seen that so often where mindset gets ready, preparation, what the pitcher's going to try to do against him.
3-0. Straight change, 3-1.
was guessing fastball there, but Hellickson, like Alex Cobb, not afraid to throw his changeup at any point of the count.
This one's ripped foul down the line. Full count with a fastball in.
He's ready for that fastball. Would not be surprised if you see a changeup now from Hellickson against Albert. See if Albert can stay back long enough to hit that ball to the right side.
Is Sturridge with a leadoff single. Sacrificed to second base. He is there with one out. And Albert with a full count. Trumbo's on deck. Baltimore just completed the victory over the Oakland Athletics. 6-1 the final there at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. There's the 3-2. Breaking pitch, and he got him looking. 2 outs. Strikeout number 3. Take a look still over at second base.
Our AT&T U-verse replay. What about the adjustments for Mark Trumbo early in the season? Good level shoulders through that baseball, hits it out of the ballpark. Today, earlier in the game, just a little bit of a dip in the back shoulder, popped it up. A little longer through the swing. So I was saying right now for Mark to get back to that power swing, look and try to drive the ball to right center field and get back to that point where he starts driving the ball out the left field too. He has such great power. His charts show he hits the majority of home runs to left field, but he will hit some to center and right center.
Mark had a towering pop-up to shallow left field in the second inning. 0 for 1. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left on for the Rays. No runs, 1 hit. No one left on for the Angels. Sturr is standing at second base. On the inside corner for a strike.
Well, Hellick's done a nice job of going inside corner, outside corner, avoiding the middle of the plate, changing speeds well, throwing changeups down in, which for a right-handed batter, very difficult to keep that baseball fair when you throw a changeup on the inner half and down.
Bounce to the left side. Roberts has it. The Angels get their leadoff man on board and into scoring position and leave him stranded right there for the books with no score. Scoreless, top of the 5th inning on this glorious day here at the Big A. We welcome you inside our broadcast booth. Victor Rojas along with Mark Gubicza. Of course, we knew we were all excited about Zach Greinke's performance, looking forward to Zach Greinke's performance today. He certainly lived up to it thus far through 4 innings. Very good. Jeremy Hellickson has been tremendous just as much.
Both these pitchers do everything well as far as helping themselves out, fielding their position, hitting both sides of the corners of the plate, avoiding the middle of the plate, and changing speeds exceptionally well.
Carlos Pena rips a one hopper into the overshift. Howie Kendrick from shallow right field throws him out. 1 pitch and 1 out to start this 5th. 5 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 hits allowed for Greinke. Here comes Ryan Roberts.
Well, there's 1 pitch out, so important for allows you to go even deeper in the game. 64 pitches thrown so far into the 5th inning here for Greinke.
Roberts swinging first pitch, hits one in the air to left center field. Wells and Borges. Wells calls off Borges, 2 outs.
What do you think the chances of a swing here, first pitch?
I do believe that would be a steak dinner for Zach Greinke.
Yes, indeed.
At the restaurant of his choosing. Preferably named Wendy's. Chop steak
Good old
burgers.
steak burger.
Yeah. But it would be his choice. And
yes.
We wouldn't want to influence that decision.
No.
Should he get the 3-pitch out? Lobato thought about it.
Did think about swinging at that pitch.
He did. Lobato, the catcher, a strikeout victim. His first time up. Off the plate.
Well, good spot. Now you can throw a fastball that same area.
2-2. Goes with the breaking pitch. A full count now.
Always a big believer when, especially if you're a right-handed pitcher against a left-handed batter and you just missed the outside corner with the breaking pitch, you have a chance of spotting a fastball. They're already giving up on that pitch if it's going to be on the corner.
This one rolled foul up the line. George Hendrick taking the Alfredo Griffin approach to ground ball fouls. First base coach's box. Style master.
Oh, yes.
Swing and a miss. Down goes Lobato, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Greinke. He's retired last 10 consecutive batters. In the bottom of the 5th with no score. Zach Greinke, as we pointed out going to break, has retired the last 10 consecutive since the walk to Ryan Roberts in the second inning. His home winning streak, 19-game home winning streak at the city of Milwaukee. Lefty Grove, back when Gooby was just a young pup between 1938 and 1941.
Just to see this like a few years ago.
Kendrys Morales, Alberto Callaspo, and Vernon Wells to face Hellickson here in the bottom of the fifth inning. I did get a tweet between innings here, and so Greinke got the last out of the fourth with one pitch. Does that qualify for a steak dinner? So he got the last out, and then the first two outs of 3 straight outs with 3 pitches.
Yes.
And no.
No, but we'll, you know,
no.
if he like that.
Moneybag says yes, of course.
It's your treat, right?
Yeah, you're pawning off the check again.
Shocker.
Here's Kendrys Morales. The first one is outside for ball 1. Morales 0 for 1. He grounded out to Ryan Roberts. He's the third baseman, but playing over at the shortstop, or pardon me, the second base side of the bag with the overshift. Off speed pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, if you're a young pitcher at any level, whether little league, high school, college, or just regular baseball leagues, you want to watch 2 pitchers spotting the fastball so well, changing speed, staying away from the middle of the plate. Both these pitchers throughout this game have done that.
Two one on the way. Swing and a miss. Another off speed pitch. Two. Swing and a miss. 1 out. Strikeout number 4 for Hellickson. The struggles for Kendrys Morales continue.
Spotting that fastball, especially when you're protecting it, be against something off speed. And a swing and miss.
Slow looping curveball is in for a strike. Callaspo struck out swinging in the second inning. 0 for 1. 1 base runner for the Angels. A leadoff single by Stewart. Sacrificed to second and stranded there. Another off speed pitch. The Angel hitters certainly have not made any adjustments against Hellickson. That was the case last night with Matt Moore. Now he's going to continue to do what he's been doing, living on that off-speed stuff.
And if as a pitcher, why would you make that adjustment? You got to wait till the hitters adjust to you first. And the differential in speeds from 94, his best 4-seam fastball, to a 75-mile-an-hour curveball for him.
One ball, 2 strikes. Aspel rolls this one over toward first. Pena has it. Flips to Hellickson. 2 outs. So 2 up and 2 down. 5 in a row retired by Hellickson. Set single by his Stewart. Started off the game by retiring the first 9. And here comes Vernon Wells.
Well, if you're Vernon, you got to look for a fastball here to try to drive, get an extra base hit if you can here. Avoid dealing with the changeup or curveball from Hellickson.
Roberts made a nice play on the ground ball that Wells hit in his first plate appearance. Vernon is ahead of the count at 1 ball, no strikes. Hits this one out toward right center field. Matt Joyce moving over, makes the grab. The inning comes to an end. The Angels go down in order, 5 in the books with no score.
Zach Greinke has been fantastic so far in this game, painting the fastball the inside part of the plate. Then he's been back-to-back nasty sliders, left-handed swingers that go over top of that pitch. Again, getting ahead of the count, changing speed so effectively in that strike zone consistently for Zach Greinke in 5 shutout innings. There's a Coors Light Freeze Can brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light.
Top of the 6th with no score. Elliott Johnson trying to bunt his way on. Fouls it back, and it's an 0-1 count. Johnson a strikeout victim in the 3rd as the Rays set up 9-1-2. Johnson, Jennings at full. Looped out toward right center field. Long run in for Trumbo, and Peter Borges can't get it. So it falls in there, and trying to go to second as Johnson. He is in there safely. Trumbo plays a deep right field, and that ball just fell in there. So it goes as a double for Elliott Johnson, his 9th.
Especially with the high sky like that, trying to be able to pick it up. Borges has to go a long way. It seemed like Trumbo was able to pick that fly ball up at all.
I mean, unless Trumbo just never saw it. It looked like he just gave up on that ball, and Howie was nowhere near it, and Peter had a long way to go. So it's a leadoff double. Desmond Jennings steps in. Angels looking for the sacrifice, and Greinke delivers a strike. Breaking pitch, bunted foul, 0-2.
Joe Madden is not necessarily a believer in the sacrifice bunt, but because of their offense and not having Evan Longoria as part of the offense, he's just trying to get somebody into that third base position a little bit closer to be able to score a run. So a little bit different thought process for Joe Madden.
Breaking pitch, bunted up the line, and that is a foul ball. So it's an out. Jennings is recorded in the books, and Elliott Johnson will head back to second base.
Well, we've seen a number of baseballs roll back into their territory. Good job by Iannetta to get off and out of that position to catch the position to field that one foul quickly, because that ball would have rolled back into fair territory. With Jennings' speed, more than likely a base hit. Good decision by Iannetta.
So one out, man at second base. And here's Sam Fuld. He struck out on the first. And had a little dribbler up the first base line that Greinke picked up. 1 ball, no strikes. Two balls and no strikes. Iannetta and Greinke talking things over. Ben Zobrist, the switch hitting second baseman, is on deck. 79 pitches thrown by Greinke. 7 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 3 hits allowed.
That was a decision by Iannetta to slow the game down for Greinke right here. Get refocused. Sam Fuld is one of those hitters that just tries to make contact. Very difficult guy in these spots.
Back up the middle, Greinke's got it. Johnson in a rundown. Asturis fell down, and that's why Greinke continued that rundown. They're going to get Johnson, and Fuld advances to second. 2 down.
Talked about how well Greinke fields his position. He not only fields his position, but has that presence of mind to turn around and make sure he looks back. Johnson at second, forces him back towards second. Now that rundown would have probably been a little bit quicker hadn't Meister fell down at second base, but the reality is you get that key out. Now with 2 outs, great job by Greinke. Fielding his position, that ball stayed down low, which is a difficult one for a pitcher to field, especially when you're on that mound, that incline. Looked into the glove and gets that big out.
So 2 outs, Fuld over at second base, good speed. With no score here in the 6th inning, and Ben Zobrist up. Zobrist with a couple of fly ball outs. 1 to left and 1 to center. Bouncer back to the mound, over the head of Greinke. Asturis is there, however, and safe at first base. Looked like Meister just couldn't get a clean transfer from glove to bare hand, so it'll go as an infield base hit for Zobrist.
Yeah, it's one of those tough plays as an infielder coming in on the baseball. Do you go with the bare hand, do you go with the glove? But that slight hesitation as it got over the head of Greinke, did everything he could to try to field that baseball. A little bit of a bobble, and Zobrist quick enough to beat that out for an infield hit.
So Mike Butcher out to pay a visit. 1st and 3rd with 2 outs. Elliott Johnson, or pardon me, Sam Fuld standing at third base, the first base runner in this game for either side to get to third base. And this is more of Mike Butcher giving Zach Greinke kind of a little bit of an opportunity to slow things down, catch his breath after jumping up and falling on his back.
Also a little bit of discussion too with true base runners with good speed to determine the defense in case Zobrist goes early in the count, or if Matt Joyce falls behind in the count, they might try to steal a run. To where the throw would go, whether the infielder is going to cut that baseball off in front of the bag at second, or a fake the second and throw to third.
pulled into right field, a base hit, and the Rays take a 1-0 lead. A throw sails Meister Stewart, so a mistake by Mark Trumbo because it allows Joyce to take second base. He was not going to get Ben Zobrist going to third, so trying to figure out why he'd sail the cutoff man there. So second and third with 2 outs.
And Zobrist going all the way. Able to get in there rather easily. Greinke tries to cut it off to be able to throw Joyce out at second. Being able to handle that throw from Trumbo.
Joyce picks up his 36th run batted in. Now Jeff Keppinger, the batter. Slow breaking pitch is outside. Keppinger today 1 for 2, a single in the second, a fly ball to left in the fourth. One and one. So nothing really sharply hit in this inning other than Joyce's RBI single that came with 2 outs. Everything else staying on the infield, the exception of the leadoff bloop double that may or may not have been caught by Mark Trumbo had he either once seen it or kept running. That base runner was erased on the comebacker by Fold. Fold took second base. Five hits now for the Rays, 3 of which have been credited here in the 6th as that pitch is outside. 3-1. Pena on deck. Full count.
Giving a nice cut fastball there. The fastball count, just enough movement. Throw Keppinger off. Big batter here for Greinke and the Angels. The way Hellickson's been pitching today.
3-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Keppinger. The inning comes to an end, but the Rays strike first to get a run on 3 hits as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Tampa Bay leads it 1-0. Scoring Sam Folds from second base. Jeremy Hellickson has been very dominant today. Allowed 1 base runner. has himself a 1-0 lead. Here's the comparison between the two starters today.
Just one walk allowed between the two of them, 12 strikeouts. A combination of 11 innings pitched, so both around the strike zone, change in speed. We mentioned that earlier. Both have done a fantastic job avoiding the middle part of the plate.
Chris Iannetta, Peter Borges, and Meiser Sturs. 8, 9, and 1 for the Angels. Down 1-0 here in the 6th. Iannetta hits one down a left field line. Sam Fuld, a long run over, but this one's into the seats. 0-1 count on Chris. He was 0 for 1, hitting a fly ball to left center field his first time up. Foul off of Lobaton, the catcher. And 2-2.
Greg Gibson going to give Lobaton a little bit of time. Walking the baseball out to Hellickson.
Hellickson at 71 pitches, 44 have been strikes. 4 punch outs, no walks, 1 hit allowed. Clean single by Sturs to right field, leading off the 4th. Angels 0 for 2 with man in scoring position. Breaking pitch is in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This one cued off the end of the bat. Zobrist has to go in and out of the glove, and Iannetta will reach. Tough play for an infielder, because that ball, it's either knuckling or spinning awkwardly, and you're diving, trying to leave your feet, keep your eye on the baseball. It just pops in and out of the glove, and Iannetta gets credit for a hit.
You know, at the end of the bat, that spin, when you dive, unless you're able to get that fully in the glove, it's going to spin out of the glove, and that's what happened. Zobrist as he tries to dive and make that play. Very difficult one, but a break for the Angels there. And now allows Peter Borges, with his speed in a bunt situation, not only be able to try to get Iannetta to second, but potentially beat it out, putting pressure on the defense.
Quick throw to first, and Iannetta was off the bag there. No tag by Pena. Is it me, or do the Rays play their second baseman up the middle more so than any team in the American League?
Yeah, they leave that hole between first and second wide open. We saw that down at the Trop.
Borges takes outside. Peter struck out in the 3rd. 0 for 1.
And Joe Mannon's definitely a big believer, even when you saw him with the Angels in charts. And he goes by how to position his infielders. Majority of the baseballs hit, especially with the pitches he has, a lot of ball speed. So you're going to see more ground balls up the middle.
Way outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Sturs is on deck. Kendrick after that. Iannetta with a leadoff single to start this 6th inning. 2-0 pitch. Push bunt at first base. Pena tries to apply the tag, and they're saying that Borges went out of the baseline. And it's first base umpire Manny Gonzalez calling him out. Home plate umpire Greg Gibson did not make that call. All he said is that ball was fair. Now Gibson's walking up the first base line. And Scioscia gets the explanation here. It'll go as a sacrifice as Iannetta advances to second base.
It's one of those odd plays, too. As a base runner, you're going down the line. You're trying to avoid the hit, the fielder fielding the baseball. You're still within that white chalk. And then he goes out of that line right there. That's the call. Going against Borges, but the job was done as far as the sacrifice bunt.
Jerry Davis, the second base umpire, crew chief, is over there now. Obviously, Scioscia's heard something from Manny Gonzalez that didn't make sense, or perhaps getting Gonzalez to backpedal a little bit, because now he's asking Jerry Davis and pointing to what Gonzalez, or pointing to Gonzalez, and it looks like he's just saying this is what he is saying.
And I still think that the rule is saying is if you're going down the line, you're outside the chalk to avoid the tag, though you are out of the baseline. Now, if it's a base hit into the outfield, yes, you're allowed to make that turn and go out of that chalk line and make your cut around the first base bag. But to try to avoid the tag, he's going out of that base path. With a job well done by Borges, sacrifice bunt. See if Meister can get a hit here with the runner in scoring position.
So Chris Iannetta in scoring position with one out here in the sixth inning. The Angels down 1-0. And Sturridge at the plate, 1 for 2. Fly ball to center field in the first inning, a single in the fourth. Meister going after that changeup. It's 0-1. Wanted to go back to our Hyundai key to the game.
Well, talk about getting the momentum before you go on a long road trip. Get on the bus with that winning attitude to be able to try to come back here and win this game against Tampa. And this pitching staff has been so good. It's only allowed 3 runs into this third game here.
One and one.
With Iannetta at second base, there's some strong arms in the outfield for the Rays. Matt Joyce, very strong arm in right. Jennings, the same thing in center. Sanford charges the baseball exceptionally well in left. Not a strong arm, but very aggressive coming in on the baseball. So it will be difficult to score on a base hit right at an outfielder.
One ball, 2 strikes with Kendrick on deck. Off speed, loop foul. We try to keep the hands back as long as possible. Two down.
We went away with that pitch against Meister. Didn't seem to see the ball real well that entire sequence against Hellickson.
Lobatone and Hellickson going to talk things over here. With Iannetta still standing at second base. Halo's now 0 for 3 with a man in scoring position. 1 ball, no strikes. Howie 0 for 1. A bouncer back to the mound. Had a sacrifice bunt of the 4th. The Rays getting their run in the 6th inning. RBI single by Matt Joyce, putting Tampa Bay up. Texas Rangers will be hosting the Chicago White Sox a little bit later on down in Texas. Big lead for Ryan Ed at second. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Fastball into the knees, 1-1. Hellickson has put on a clinic this afternoon.
He's allowed 2 hits so far in this game also. No walks.
1-1 pitch. Now he rolls it foul. 1-2. Matt Bourne just hanging out in the dugout. 7-7 with the win yesterday. 6 1/3 shutout innings, 4 hits, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. One, 2 to Howie.
Really protected against that 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Talked throughout this entire series how pitchers conserve that best fastball for certain points of the game, and that was a good one from Hellickson, and how he was able to foul that one off. Maybe now Hellickson makes a mistake in how he capitalizes on a pitch.
Iannetta representing that tying run at second. The 1-2 again. Off-speed pitch, bounces short. Elliott Johnson throws out Kendrick, and the Angels again leave a man in scoring position through 6. Rays still up 1-0. Bacon burger only at Carl's Jr. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Toyota. Check out the full line of fuel-efficient vehicles at your Southern California Toyota dealer. Top of the 7th inning. Good shot of the orange circle. That far away from right here. 1-0 Rays. Zach Greinke back out. They'll face Pena, Robertson, Lobatone here in the 7th. The first one's ripped over the head of Albert Pujols down the line on a slow breaking pitch. Trumbo plays the carom, and Pena will stop at second of the leadoff double. 13th double of the year for Carlos Pena. Greinke had gotten him on a couple of ground outs, so Pena now 1 for 3. 6th hit allowed by Zach.
That Greinke pitched a little bit too much in the zone. And Pena was able to get through that baseball at that point.
Ryan Roberts at the plate. The third baseman has walked and hit a fly ball to left. Not showing bunt. Looks at a strike. Good breaking pitch. Down and away.
Boy, sharp slider. He has that combination of a cut fastball and a slider, so similar break to it. One just a little bit quicker. The cut fastball about 89, 90. The slider 85 to 87 range.
One ball, 2 strikes.
And Greinke has that ability to get a strikeout. He could use one right here to keep Pena at second base. Roberts is trying to hit the ball to the right side if he can to advance Pena to third base.
Off the end of the bat and into the dugout. The count remains at 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Rays starting to get some action in their bullpen now. It's Kyle Farnsworth. Begins to loosen. Halo saw him on Friday night. Another 1-2. Check swing. And he did not go. 2 balls, 2 strikes. .94 pitches thrown by Greinke. 60 have been strikes. 8 punch outs, 1 walk, and 6 hits allowed. The 2 hardest hit baseballs as far as hits are concerned. The last 2, the double by Pena to start off this inning, and that base hit by Joyce that brought home the run in the 6th. Full count.
Well, in Greinke's mindset, he wants to strike out here to be able to prevent Pena from advancing from second base. This side had done a nice job behind the plate. First time catching Greinke. First game back since May 8th at the major league level.
Angels have some movement going in their bullpen. It looks like perhaps LaTroy Hawkins will be the first one up. Here's a 3-2. This one's fouled back. Challenger with a fastball. There's our GoPro cam on the bullpen. It's LaTroy. Well, Roberts accomplishes what he was trying to do, is hit the ball to the right side. It advances Pena to third. Hey, on August the 11th, when the Halos take on the Seattle Mariners, kids 2 to 14 in attendance will receive an Angels lunch bag courtesy of Safe at Home while supplies last. Purchase your tickets today at angels.com or at the Angels Stadium ticket office. Jose Lobaton is the scheduled batter. He's coming up, but Mike Butcher's going to come out and pay a visit first. The entire infield is in as well.
It all comes down to how they're going to pitch for Lobaton here. Are they going to try to get him to swing at breaking pitches out of the zone? Got him out twice so far on strikeouts on sliders in the dirt.
Number 21, catcher Jose Lobaton.
Infield is in for the Halos. Lobaton twice has struck out today, both swinging. Slow breaking pitch. Oh, a pretty good pitch on the outside corner, just misses. 1 ball, no strikes. Jumbo very deep in right field. Borges, as always, at medium depth. A couple of steps toward the alley at right center field. Wells shallow and left. One 0 pitch. There's a strike, 1-1.
Good cut fastball there from Greinke after a slow curveball. Just missed the outside corner now. And 100 pitches thrown.
One and two. A delayed call there by Greg Gibson.
And another backdoor cut fastball. Now you wonder if he's going to throw that slider down and in. He's got him twice on that exact pitch.
Greinke's 1-2. Lays off and it gets by Ionetta. It's 2-0 Rays.
Tried that slider down and it, but overthrew the pitch. And it spins and gets off the shoulder area of Ionetta and over the head. Second wild pitch thrown in the game for Greinke. 6th overall this year.
2-2. Full count. Base hit to right center. Hanging breaking pitch. Borges over to cut it off. Lobaton will stop it first. 104th pitch of the day for Zach Greinke. Second hit of the inning. And the 7th for the Rays. 9th place hitter Elliott Johnson coming up. Shortstop. 1 for 2. That bloop double in the 6th inning. Johnson trying to bunt his way on. Wants a foul. 0-1. Rays with solo runs in the 6th and 7th innings. So bunt up the first base line. Ionetta throws out Johnson. Lobaton advances to second base. 2 outs.
So Jennings attacking that first pitch, especially fastballs. You might see Greinke throwing a breaking pitch. First pitch here.
Jennings 1 for 3 today with a base hit in the first. Swinging through the fastball there. And it is 0-1. The balls and 2 strikes. Halos in the bottom of the 7th have Pujols, Trumbo, and Morales. Farnsworth is still throwing in the pen, so we figured Farnsworth is coming in. And Hellickson really wasn't showing any signs of slowing down the way he'd been throwing the ball.
And that might be a break for the Angels if Hellickson is done.
86 pitches for Hellickson this afternoon. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Greinke now at 109 today. This season high, in case you were wondering, 118. That was against the Dodgers on May 31st. 1-2 downstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Just looking at the average of innings pitched for Hellickson, he's right around 6 innings per start, 18 starts, 105 and a third innings pitched. So he's right around that total right now for Joe Madden. He's been throwing the ball very well. Pitch total is certainly manageable for him now with this 86.
Bouncer towards short. As Sturas has it. Throw. Pujols off, but it is the 3rd out of the inning. The Rays tack on a 2nd run. The Angels down 2-0 with Pujols, Trumbo, Morales coming up as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Casino. Get your game on. And by Orange Coast Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Selection, price, convenience. Halos down by the score of 2-0 as we start this bottom of the 7th inning. Zach Greinke allowing solo runs in the 6th and 7th. The leadoff double and ground out a wild pitch, leading a run for the Rays in that 7th inning. The Angels had struggled all afternoon against Jeremy Hellickson. Have struggled in this series against Tampa Bay Rays pitching, and perhaps getting a little help here as Jeremy Hellickson is done after 6 innings. And Kyle Farnsworth is coming on to face Pujols, Trumbo, and Morales here in the 7th.
And Farnsworth fastball still a plus fastball, 92 to 96 range slider and changeup. His go-to pitch still a hard slider when he gets ahead of the count.
Albert swinging first pitch, bounces 1 to 3rd. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Now it's time for a Coors Light Cold Hard Fact. The Angels have been shut out 2 straight games just once this entire year. That was May 3rd and 4th here at the Big A versus the Blue Jays pitching staff. Last night lost 3-0. Now in this one 2-0. It's been 20 innings since the Angels have scored a run against this Rays staff.
Trumbo steps in after Farnsworth gets Pujols on 1 pitch, so Albert 0 for 3. Trumbo's 0 for 2. A pop up and a ground ball to 3rd. Hellickson, by the way, 6 innings, 2 hits, 5 strikeouts, no walks. Two balls and no strikes. Farnsworth pitched the 8th inning in Friday night's game with 2 strikeouts.
Real good fastball count here for Trumbo.
Farnsworth having spent the good chunk of the season on the disabled list with a right elbow strain. 2nd season with the Rays. Very good first season last year as their closer. Two balls, 2 strikes.
See if Mark can have that mindset again and hit the ball to the right side. Farnsworth's going to stay away, whether it's a fastball or slider against him. Pretty good take on that hard slider. Tracked that one very well.
Two down.
A little bit of a slider. Not much of a break to it. And one of those ones when a 3-2 count, you want to make sure it's in the strike zone. Just enough off that pitch to get Trumbo out in front and unable to make contact.
One ball, no strikes on Kendrys Morales. 0 for 2. Ground ball to 3rd and a strikeout. The Angels have managed 2 base runners today. Both have gotten into scoring position and both have been stranded there. Stirs with a single in the 4th. Iannetta with a leadoff single in the 6th. Both of those leadoff base runners. Just tells you the job that Hellickson and the rest of this Rays staff have done. Hellickson specifically today. 2 balls and 1 strike. Kevin Jepson is also loosening the pen with LaTroy Hawkins. Two 1 pitch. Downstairs, 3 balls and a strike. Down the left field line, but tailing toward the seats. A full count now. Payoff pitch, and Morales fouls it back. Halos go down in order here in the 7th. Through 7, 2-0 Rays. Game summary, good pitching matchup between Zach Greinke and Jeremy Hellickson throughout this ballgame. Greinke ends up going 7 innings and striking out 8. Jeremy Hellickson just a little bit better than that. 6 innings for Hellickson, 5 strikeouts and 2 hits allowed. Matt Joyce with the Rays up with a 1-0 lead in the 6th inning with his RBI single with 2 outs. The Rays tacked on another run on a wild pitch by Greinke that he uncorked in the 7th. As we start this 8th inning, the Angels down 2-0. They turn the ball over to LaTroy Hawkins.
And LaTroy Hawkins did a nice job as far as the ERA 1.80. So has that good fastball, 90 to 93 range, curveball, slider, occasional changeup. He's thrown 25 innings. He's allowed 22 hits.
He'll be facing 2, 3, and 4 for the Rays here in the 8th inning. Sam Full bends over as Matt Joyce. The first one is inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Sam Full, the left fielder, 0 for 3 today. Reached out a fielder's choice and scored in the 6th inning. Greinke this afternoon in his Angels debut, 7 innings, 7 hits, 8 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 runs, both earned. No help from the offense this afternoon for Zach Greinke. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Full. bouncer foul on the first base side. Two and two now. Hawkins pitched last night, just a third of an inning. He retired Desmond Jennings in the seventh. Finish up that inning for C.J. Wilson. Halos have gone 21 scoreless innings. Full fouls that one at the plate. Check swing. Count remains at 2-2.
It's a lot of assortment of all speed pitches the hitters have had a tough time making an adjustment on.
Angels heading out on the road, beginning a road trip tomorrow, or tonight actually, as they leave after the game. 4-game series in Texas, beginning tomorrow night. 3 in Chicago beginning on Friday, and then 3 in Oakland beginning a week from tomorrow. Full lifts one in the air to right. Trumbo moving in and toward the line. One out. Mentioned that road trip that is upcoming. And we'll take a look at our upcoming schedule with the probables in that next year.
Santana is still going to be on that 15-out schedule from Mike Scioscia, Mike Butcher. First game against Roy Oswalt. Match up on Tuesday with Weave going against Derek Holland. Yu Darvish once again against the Eagles against Dan Herron. Hopefully his back's okay, ready to go. And C.J. Wilson going against Matt Harrison. Power lefties in the final game of that 4-game series.
Here's Ben Zobrist, the second baseman, 1 for 3. He had the infield single in the 6th inning. It came with 2 outs just over the outstretched glove of Zach Greinke. A slight little transfer bobble by Historis. Zobrist got on base. Pujols has this one to the backhand. Feeds Hawkins for round number 2.
Number 20, right fielder Matt Joyce.
So 2 outs and nobody on for Joyce. A 1 for 3 game today with the RBI single in the 6th. Halos in the bottom of the 8th inning have Kayasco, Wells, and Iannetta coming up. They're likely to face Peralta, right-hander. Joe Madden has a couple of arms loosening in the pen. J.P. Howe, the left-hand. Joel Peralta, the right-hander. Peralta pitched last night. One ball, one strike. Joyce lofts this one out toward left center field. Peter Borges moving over. He's there. And Troy Hawkins has himself a 1-2-3-8. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Halos down 2-0.
But the Angels offense has not been there the last 21 innings. 0 runs, is 1 extra base hit in his last 21 innings. An opportunity against Joel Peralta, who's a guy that will give up the big fly if you allow him to elevate a fastball up in the strike zone.
Peralta went 1 inning last night, struck out 2 after giving up a hit to lead off the 8th inning. That was to Torrey Hunter. And then he sat Pujols, Trumbo, and Kendrick down in order. The last 2 via the punch out. And he'll be facing Callaspo, Wells, and Iannetta here in the 8th inning.
Fastball 86 to 91 range, curve, slider, split finger fastball for him.
Last time the Angels scored was Friday night of the 3rd inning. 4 straight 2-out singles. Should say 4 straight 2-out hits, 3 singles, 1 double. And that was the Pujols double. Breaking pitch is down low. Alberto Callaspo, a strikeout and a ground ball to first, so he is 0 for 2. Kyle Farnsworth went 1 inning and struck out 2 batters. One ball, 1 strike. Roberts playing in at third base. 1-1 pitch is fouled off to the left. 1-2. Jason Isringhausen loosening now. And a 1-2 pitch. Out towards center field. This one chasing Jennings back. Got a beat on it. 1 out. Hey, subscribe to MLB.tv today, and you can see every Angels out-of-market game live online in HD quality. Visit Angels.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. There's Vernon Wells. 0 for 2. The ground ball to third and a fly ball to right. One ball, 2 strikes. A lot of strikes from Rays pitchers all weekend long.
That a split finger fastball, a lot of off-speed pitches, and hitting the strike zone with those off-speed pitches.
Two down.
A good quick pitch on that fastball. And after the split finger fastball, Vernon misses that 91-mile-an-hour fastball away.
There's Chris Iannetta with 2 outs and nobody on. 1 ball, no strikes. Iannetta this afternoon 1 for 2 in his first game back off the disabled list. Activated last night, did not play. With a single, leadoff single to start the 6th inning. One of just 2 base runners that the Angels have had this entire game. This one lifted in the air to left center field. Sam Fold gives way to, I thought he was going to give way to Desmond Jennings, but Fold makes the catch. The Angels go down in order once again through 8. Halos down 2-0.
Getting a start for the Rangers, 3-1 with an ERA over 5 versus Urban Santana. 4-10 mark ERA at 6. And so she's going to keep him on that 15-out schedule, and then allows him to be aggressive in those first 5 innings of the ball game. But it's going to be up to the offense to get rolling. Hopefully here by the end here in the 9th inning, bottom of the 9th, get some good swings together. But certainly going to need those swings together when you face that Ranger team in Texas.
Jason Isringhausen takes over here in the 9th. The Angels down 2-0. He'll be facing Keppinger, Pena, and Roberts, while the Rays begin to get Fernando Rodney loose into the bullpen, their closer. Jason pitching in his 35th game, a 3-0 record, and even 3 earned run average. Has not pitched in this series. He did pitch, however, in Wednesday afternoon's game in 1 inning and had 2 strikeouts. Jeff Keppinger 1 for 3, serving as a DH today. Had a single in the 2nd, a fly ball to left in the 4th, and a strikeout in the 6th. His stir is toward the hole. High throw. Pujols gets the foot down. 1 out.
An easy thing to do, too, is as a first baseman, you're trying to jump up, not only catch the ball, but be able to get your foot down on that base before the base runner goes down and tags that base before you do. Good footwork by Pujols.
There's Carlos Pena, who doubled and scored, leading off the 7th inning. 0-1. Wade Davis has joined Fernando Rodney. Big right-hander, former starter, now bullpen piece for the Rays.
How's it keeping Pena honest with that fastball inside after that slow curveball that pitched before at 78. The way you're not allowing him to look out over the plate against you.
Swing and a miss. Down goes Pena, 2 down.
Pitch inside the pitch before allowed that curveball to get a swing and miss from Pena. Out in front. It's all about the setup pitch for Isringhausen.
Ryan Roberts, a walk, a fly ball to left, and a ground ball to second. The Halos in the bottom of the 9th inning have 9, 1, and 2 scheduled. Torrey Hunter and Mike Trout on the bench. Torrey getting the day off. Trout was in the original starting lineup and playing left field with Borges getting the start at center, but Trout was scratched after getting to the ballpark. A little contusion on his right knee. 3 balls and no strikes. There's a 4-pitch walk with 2 outs here in the 9th. That'll bring up Jose Lobaton.
Number 10, Jose Lobaton.
Fernando Rodney last night went 1 inning, had 1 strikeout as he picked up his 29th save.
Roberts with pretty good speed at first base, at 6 stolen bases with the Diamondbacks.
Rays catcher 1 for 3, had a base hit in the 7th.
There's a count where Joe Madden might send Roberts here. 1-0 count. Figuring that Mike Soch would not put a pitch out on.
Right, takes off. Isringhausen steps off. Howie Kendrick will tag out Ryan Roberts. The inning comes to an end. We head to the bottom of the ninth inning. The Halos down 2-0 with 9, 1, and 2 coming up. Was out talking things over with the entire umpiring crew as they were discussing the last play that ended the top of the inning with Ryan Roberts supposedly getting picked off. The question is whether or not Jason Igstringhausen balked, and as we see that play, it looks like a balk. When you make a move like that, you've got to throw the baseball to first base. The only other way you could do that is by stepping off, and it didn't look like Igstringhausen did that.
Yeah, he had to pivot going towards first. You have to step completely off the road. There's no question the Angels got away with one there. That's a balk. If you step off the rubber, then you can break your hands in and make that throw to second. But once you make that pivot, you have to throw to first base.
So Joe was out there talking to all of the umpires. None of them saw the play, or at least they called it as if he had stepped off. So the top of the ninth inning concluded. And here in the bottom of the ninth with the Angels down by 2 runs, Fernando Rodney comes on looking for his 30th save. He'll be facing 9, 1, and 2. Torrey Hunter is going to pinch hit with Peter Borges to lead off the bottom of the ninth. He'll be followed by Meiser Sturris and then Howie Kendrick.
Yeah, Fernando Rodney fastball 93 to 99. Slider, very good changeup. A great job for the Rays out of their bullpen. Ness has the entire bullpen for the Rays this year.
Torrey at 285 with 11 home runs and 44 runs batted in. Looks at a strike. It's 1-1. Bouncer toward the hole and short. Backhanded by Johnson. Low throw. Pena has it. 1 out.
Tell you what, Pena's made a couple really good scoops in the game here at first base. We talked about him in the beginning part of the game, how good he is defensively, how he saved the infield for the Rays as far as that ability to be able to scoop those low throws. It's a very difficult hop, too. Johnson tried to rush his throw, low throw. Pena able to scoop that once again.
At least Johnson gave him a long hop to be able to handle, but a nice play by Pena. Second one of the game. Sturris with a 1-ball, no strike count. He's 1 for 3 today. A single in the 4th inning. 2-0. 2 base runners in the ball game for the Halos. Sturris single in the 4th. Ionetta's infield single in the 6th. That is all. Howie Kendrick on deck. Zach Greinke got the start for the Angels. Went 7 innings, 2 runs, both earned, 7 hits, 8 strikeouts, and 1 walk. 2-2 fouled off to the left. Jeremy Hellickson, 6 innings, 2 hits, 5 strikeouts, no runs, no walks. Ten-game road trip starting tomorrow night in Texas. Like Meiser chasing the pitch, it probably would have been ball 3. Instead, it's still 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Especially the need for Meiser just to find a way to get on base. You're not looking for extra base hits. You're just looking for some way to get on. A way you can bring the tying run to the plate.
Ground ball toward the middle. Zobrist can't get it. It's a base hit with an out here in the 9th. So all you're hoping for is an opportunity to do something. The Angels have had 2, as we pointed out, in the 4th and 6th innings, and are 0 for 4 with man in scoring position. Off-speed pitch in for a strike. Now he's 0 for 2. A bouncer back to the mound. A sacrifice bunt and a ground ball to short. Oh, 2. As Sturris takes off, Howie pulls it through the hole. There's a base hit. Meiser will stop at second. So the Angels, with back-to-back hits, have 1 out here 9th, and the Albert Pujols coming to the plate.
Well, if you're the Angels, this is all you wanted, that opportunity to get Pujols up at the plate in this situation.
Pena, Lobaton out of the mound meeting with Fernando Rodney. First time the Angels have had back-to-back base runners reach since the 5th inning of last night's game. But the Halos 0 for their last 14 with men in scoring position. Albert Pujols steps to the plate. As Sturris at second, Kendrick the tying run at first. Albert 0 for 3. 2 ground ball outs to third and a strikeout. Takes the off-speed pitch inside. And it's 1 ball, no strikes.
Fernando Rodney has only allowed 1 home run this entire year. Pujols has hit a bunch of them throughout his career.
Two balls and no strikes. The Rays with solo runs in the 6th and 7th innings. The only scoring in this game so far. First with a 1-out single. Kendrick followed that. He's at first. Inside, 3-0. Now Pena is going to come back in. Grab the rosin bag and give some words of advice here to Fernando Rodney once again with Trumbo on deck.
Last time I pulled, swung at a 3-0 changeup. I gotta believe he's gonna get a changeup again. I think he let this one go.
They play Albert to pull on the infield. Roberts guarding the line. Elliott Johnson in a couple of steps and toward the hole, and it's Zobrist near the bag at second. Here comes a 3-0. He takes a strike and does not like the call. It's 3-1.
And fastball with some movement inside corner at the knees. Good take though. That's a very difficult pitch to hit down and in like that.
3-1 pitch. Off speed, pulled towards short. Johnson to Zobrist to Pena. Game over. Inning and game ending. Double play as the Halos get shut out for the 2nd consecutive game.
Well, what you saw in this entire series is great pitching from the Rays. They didn't walk many batters. I think there's 2 walks in the entire series. Some opportunities. There's bullpen for the Rays and their starting pitchers that were outstanding in all 3 games. And the offense struggling. Back-to-back shutouts thrown against them. It was this one 2-0. Great job by Zach Greinke with Hellickson, Farnsworth, Peralta, and then Fernando Rodney will get Joe Madden this series victory.
Now Zach Greinke in his Angels debut takes the loss as he goes 7 innings and gives up the 2 runs. The offense unable to provide him any support. He dropped to 0-1. Hellickson picks up the win at 6-6, and Rodney with the save, his 30th, as the Angels finish off this homestand at 5-4. Stick around, there's more to come as Angels Live postgame is coming up next.